Hey guys, checking in. Wanted to record a quick message. It's day number 3 of my little staycation. I'm having a great time, just relaxing. Yesterday I slept in most of the day, so I did not get up. I was asleep until probably 12:30 or so, and I got out and stuff, ate lunch and all that stuff. And then my husband came back from his tournament. So then we went out to the boardwalk and to the beach area with some friends. And we pretty much spent the rest of our day with friends. So it was a really great time. Then we came back here and passed out. So today, I'm on my way to the spa today. I'll be spending my morning at the spa. So that should be nice. And then I don't know what we're doing next. I have to see, catch up with him later to see what we're doing next. So what I wanted to stop by and say, though, is that some of your ideas or some of our ideas are not our ideas. So some of the cues that you're getting for stuff that you should be doing in your business are not yours. And that's why the stuff you're doing is not working. That's why some of the stuff you're doing is not working, is because it's not yours. And I don't want to filter myself in this video for fear that, I may be talking to the wrong person or you may not be able to relate. You'll know whether or not this video is for you or not, and if I'm not talking to you. So I'm not going to filter myself. I'm just going to say it. The reason why some of your ideas are not working is because you think that your ideas are yours, but your idea is someone else's. It's someone else's. So that's one point I want to make, is that some of our ideas are inspiration from someone else. And it's nothing wrong with getting inspired by what other people do. And that's why I often tell my clients, if you're feeling overwhelmed, uptight, indecisive, you're not feeling effective, sometimes it's just time for you to turn down the noise and get some tunnel vision. So most of us are following way too many people. We are listening to way too many people. We are more invested in other people's lives and what they're doing in their success and like what they've done lately than we are in executing our own ideas. And what happens is you see someone else doing something and it's great. And, oh, I should do that. That's probably the answer to my problem. And so you will build a whole business based off of what you saw someone else do. And many times what you saw someone else do is not your calling. So you end up being a reflection of what someone else was called to do. And you're wondering why. And that's why people ask the question, well, this person is doing that and this person is doing that, but why can't I prosper? Why aren't I moving ahead? Well, a lot of the times, guys, the ideas that we are putting into motion in our businesses or in our lives are not for us. They're somebody else's way of getting there. They were never supposed to be our way of getting there. And so that the important thing is to make sure that you can tell the difference between inspiration and what it is that you're supposed to do. You can let what other people inspire you without thinking that their idea is your idea. There are people out here in my industry. I have a subscription box. I have a stationary business. There are people in my industry who are purchasing warehouses, who are purchasing office spaces. There are people who are manufacturing in-house all of their own products. And I thought that would be me and that's what I'm supposed to do. But the type of life that I want to continue creating for myself, that doesn't match. That's not a vibrational match to the type of life I believe I'm supposed to live. So like I'm away right now and I'll be away again at the end of the month. I like to travel a lot and be where I want to be in the world when I want to be there. And me having a warehouse and me having, a whole system like that to manage, right? have a whole production team to manage is not really a good match for where I want to be and what I want to be doing. So when I see people doing that, I'm very inspired by that, but I've gone another route. I've gone another path that works for me. So that's the first thing that I want to bring out, is that one of the main reasons your idea isn't working because it's not yours. It's not yours. And if I'm talking to you, you know I'm talking to you. You'll know. The second thing I want to point out is the reason why you're stagnant is because of lack of execution on your ideas. So you're not moving because you don't execute anything. You question everything. And so you are a huge question person, where you sit on the side and you just ask a million questions. You never put anything into motion. You never get the ball rolling on anything. So you're stagnant. So you're watching everyone else succeed, and you're feeling left out, and you're saying, God, why have you forsaken me? When God has not forsaken you. You are just not an executor. You get ideas that you know are God-given downloads from heaven for you, and you do not execute. So one of the definitions, one of the ways I would define success, a successful person, is someone who is able to put their ideas in motion. So, okay, I received the download. I know what I'm supposed to do with it. I know when I'm supposed to do it. Let me take the steps to put this in motion. And one of the main reasons you're not putting your ideas into motion is because of fear. False evidence appearing real was what my dad would always call, how he would spell it out. It's fear. You don't want to put your ideas in motion for fear that it won't work if you do. And so it's just time to face those fears. It's what we do, right? It's what entrepreneurs do. Entrepreneurs, it's not that we're fearless, it's that we face our fears. Because in order to take that idea from your brain and put it into motion, you're going to have to face your fears. Okay? So there are different types of ideas. Some ideas are downloads. They are dropped right into your spirit. You know that you're supposed to act them out. You know that you're supposed to do something with the idea, right? It may be now. It may be later. You want to work on fine-tuning your ear and your inner ear, your spiritual ear, to be able to hear when it's time for you to act. So you want to spend time doing that, whether it be meditation, prayer, silence, all those things. You need to figure out how to fine-tune your particular ear so that you can understand or be able to decipher between when you're supposed to execute now and when it's later, or when an idea is actually yours or when it's someone else's. You have to be able to tell the difference. So some ideas are yours. Sometimes Spirit will say, put it out there now. Go put that sales page out there now. Go ask for the sale now. People need this now. Other times it's, I do believe I'm supposed to do this. I don't believe the time is now, so I'm going to wait. Then, like I said, you have other people's ideas. You have things that you see around you that you are inspired by, that you think that you're supposed to do because someone else is doing it. I mean, some people see my subscription box business, for instance, and they're like, that's amazing. I'm going to go do that. And it was never their idea to do that. That was not their ticket. So they are not able to curate these boxes. They don't have that gift. And it is just a disaster for them because it was never for them to do. It's so important that we know the difference between what God has for us and what God has for someone else. Right? We're all unique. Our paths are different. The way that we generate wealth is different. So that's the second thing. Sometimes God will give you ideas for someone else. And that's another thing I wanted to point out. Sometimes you'll get ideas And the reason why those ideas are dropped into you and into your spirit is because these ideas are being brought to you as a holding space. You are supposed to be holding these ideas for someone else who is not in a position at this time to listen, to hear. So you are the person that is going to deliver that idea to someone else. I've gotten ideas that I've known immediately that they were not mine. And then at some point I find myself on the phone with a friend, client, anyone. And I hear so clearly, you know that idea I gave you a while ago? Now it's time to release it to this person. And every time I do it, the look on that person's face is priceless, because almost every time this person already sort of heard it but didn't want to receive it. But then when they heard it from me, now they know it's go time. They're like, this is confirmation. I need to go into it. Every time it happens, it's a very beautiful thing. So some of the ideas that you will get are, you are a holding space for someone else's victory, for someone else's breakthrough, right? And then other ideas just may not be anything. It just may be something you thought of. You could have picked it up from someone else, or just something you thought about that will never in your lifetime be anything. But all ideas should be taken seriously. How do I take ideas seriously? You write them down, every single one, and then spend some time praying, asking, meditating, whatever your communication piece is with the Creator. Spend some time processing those ideas to see which category do these ideas fit in. Right? Are they my idea that these things I need to execute now, or these things I need to execute later? Is this something I'm holding for later because I'm just not sure about it at all? Or is this something that I'm holding for someone else? What is this? And it starts by asking and being open to receive an answer. And just don't forget, the last point is the reason for being stagnant, the reason for being stuck is a lack of taking your ideas seriously, a lack of putting your ideas into motion. So somebody listening to this has an idea. It's a heavenly download. That this is what your action is, what's standing in between you and your wealth, your breakthrough. And you just have not put it into motion because you're talking yourself out of it. You're afraid, all those things. So that's why you haven't put it into motion. So I'm encouraging you right now to do that. So, okay, guys, I love you. Be blessed. I'm going to get on down here to the spa. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.